Hello everyone and welcome. This is Priya Kumari, student teacher of Army Institute of Education, Greater Noida. Today we are diving into action research, a method that can transform how we approach problem solving in our professional and personal life. Let's explore how this hand-on collaborative process works. Let's get started with understanding what action research is all about. Action research is a dynamic and participatory approach to problem solving. Instead of just observing from a distance, we engage directly with the people affected by the issue to develop a practical solution. It's a process that blends action and research seamlessly, ensuring that our findings are immediately applicable. Okay. Now that we have a basic understanding, let's dive into its historical background. Okay. So Kurt Lewin, a prominent social psychologist, introduced this concept of action research in 1940s. His goal was to create a method that drives social change through a cycle of planning, acting, observing and reflecting. This approach helps us continuously improve our strategies and action. Okay? With the historical context in mind, let's look at the key points that guide action research. So, there are 4 fundamental principles that make action research effective, that is participatory, democratic, practical and reflective. Okay. So what do you mean by participatory? Action research involves the active participation of stakeholders. This means that everyone affected by the problem has a say in finding the solution. By working together, we ensure that the research addresses real needs. Okay, and this is democratic. This principle ensures that all voices are heard and valued equally. It promotes equality and inclusiveness, makes the research process fair and balanced. It is practical also. Action research is focused on solving real world problems. The solution developed are meant to be directly applicable and beneficial to the community involved. It is reflective. Continuous learning and improvement are at the heart of action research. By regularly reflecting on your actions and outcomes, we can make necessary adjustment and enhance our practices. Moving further, action research thrives on participation and democracy. It involves everyone affected by the problems in the research process. In action research, participation and democracy are critical. This means engaging all stakeholders like teachers, students, community members or employees, depending on the context. By ensuring that everyone's voice is heard, we foster a sense of ownership and commitment to research outcomes. This collaborative efforts lead to more effective and sustainable solutions. So by ensuring all voices are heard, we develop solutions that are more inclusive and effective. Okay, shall we move ahead? Now let's walk through the action of research cycle, which is the heart of this methodology. Let's break down the action research cycle into these 4 main phases, and the end one is the cyclic process is repeating itself. Okay, so we'll start with the planning. That says that the planning starts by identifying the problem you want to address. Conduct a literature review to understand existing knowledge and gaps. Develop a strategic action plan based on its understanding. Then you act. You implement your action plan. This step involves applying your strategies into a real world setting. Then we observe it. We collect data and monitor the effects of your interventions. This involves keeping a close eye on how things are progressing and gathering relevant information. Then we reflect on it. We analyze the data. You analyze the data you have collected, reflect on what has worked, what hasn't and why. Use this insight to refine your action plan for the next cycle. Okay, the cyclic process is means it is repetitive, allowing for continuous refinement and improvement. Okay, Moving further, now there are benefits of action research. First is empowerment. The practitioners have the power to improve their own practice through direct involvement. Action research effectively connect academic theories with practical applications. It also promotes a culture of reflection and continuous professional development. And this also, it's the structured approach ensure that real world problems are addressed systematically and effectively. Now there are challenges to it. What are those? Time and commitment. Correct. It can be time consuming and requires a sustained commitment. Collaboration involves balancing various viewpoints, which can be challenging. Now maintaining objectivity is crucial to avoid biasness that can skew result, right? The process can be very complex and require careful planning and execution. By being aware of these benefits and challenges, we can better navigate the action research process and maximize its potential. Now, to wrap up action research, it is a collaborative practical approach that drives real world challenges. Action research is a powerful tool for creating meaningful change. It's a collaborative practical approach that combines action and reflection to address real world problems. The action research cycle of planning, acting, observing and reflecting ensures that we are learning and improving. Okay, thank you so much for joining today.